guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyma, for those of you guys that are new. So today we're going to be talking about the new Nars Foundation that just dropped. It is the Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I've always loved Nars foundations. I think Nars is really known for their complexion products, their foundations. The Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation was one of my favorites for the longest. Like, I loved that foundation as soon as it came out because I have dry skin and it just glowed so beautifully. But this is a matte foundation. This is something that's new from them. So I figured I would go ahead and give you guys a cute little review over the foundation and give you guys a full face and everything and let you guys know what my thoughts are on this product. Nars is sponsoring today's video, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them a big shout out. Thank you, Nars, for supporting this channel and sponsoring today's video. So if you guys wanna see what this foundation is all about and why it's getting so much hype, I'm gonna go ahead and jump straight in. So I'm just priming my face really quickly with like a hydrating primer. This foundation is matte, but I do have dry skin, so I am keeping that into consideration. I did have a conversation with them about like the foundation because I feel like when I'm giving you guys these videos, I want to make sure you guys get the most information as possible. And they did say that you could use this foundation without a primer. Let's say if you have oily skin, you don't have to use a primer. But they said that if you do have dry skin like me, to go ahead and use a primer if you want to. I'm gonna use a primer just because I always use a primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by color correcting a little bit. So this is what the foundation looks like. This is the bottle. Got a soft matte finish. Looks really nice and sleek. I really like the bottle. It's very travel friendly as well. The other bottles come in glass. So the main things to take away from this foundation is that it's gonna give you true color oxidation resistance. I've never had a problem with oxidization with products, but when they explained to me why foundations oxidize and everything like that, it was because of excess oil. And I guess as someone that doesn't overproduce oil and I don't have oily skin, I can understand why I personally have never had a problem with foundations oxidizing on me. If anything, like I might see a shade difference, but I have seen people have like huge differences with foundations oxidizing on them. So when they explained that it's because of oil production and the oil changes the properties of the foundation, which causes it to oxidize, I was like, oh, that makes sense. They actually have an anti-oxidation complex that is in this foundation that helps that. It's like little mini powders that absorb the oil, which I thought was really cool. You guys know my sciencey nerdy mind is already like freaking out. It gives you 16-hour wear and it's gonna give you natural full coverage look. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this baby to my face. I'm gonna use a sponge just because I want to. This foundation, definitely full coverage. Like you guys, that's a lot. I need to spread that out. You have to definitely move quickly because it is matte. It will dry down. This foundation is a closer match to my chest. Put a lot on. This foundation is gonna give me a closer match to my chest than my face. You guys know that my face and my chest are quite a few shades different. I do go back and forth between matching to my chest and my face. I feel like currently I have been liking matching to my face a lot more. But this foundation formula, you guys are gonna see something here in a second, and that's when I was like, yeah, I mean, it might be worth a little sacrifice, you know? So as far as shade match reference, the best way that I can explain it, like I said, if you are closer to my chest in reference, this foundation is gonna match you better. I would love to see this foundation go just a little bit deeper. I have seen foundations go a little bit deeper, so I would love to see it go a little bit deeper. Look at that finish. This finish and the way that it looks right now for a matte foundation, because with matte foundations, I feel like I fall very flat. That's why I normally, personally for me, I never go for a matte foundation. But for matte foundation, this looks so nice and the finish just looks so good. And wait till I have the full face. Oh my god. The best way to explain this is when I was wearing it, I feel like even after hours of wearing it, because I tested this out before. You guys know I will always test out products before I bring them to you guys. The way that it wore, I felt like it looked even better than when I first applied it, which is so strange, but I really love the way that this finish is, especially for a matte foundation. They launched this at the perfect time because right now everything is all about trying to not get anything on your mask or like trying to prevent that transfer. So this is a matte foundation that is transfer proof. It's not transfer resistant. I don't think anything is truly transfer resistant, but it is transfer proof. Come through. Where do you find a matte foundation that makes you look like you are one-dimensional and damn near casket ready? I'm gonna quickly throw on some contour. Sculpt this face, honey. So everything I'm going to be using today is going to be a matte finish. So I think we're going to go along the lines of keeping it super matte. We're probably not going to apply any highlight. We're just going to do a really nice, clean, matte look. I'm going to go in with Dark Coffee Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is what it looks like. And this is a very full coverage concealer. This is a concealer that they've had in their catalog of products for a very long time. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys already know what this concealer is about, but it's very full coverage and helps blur. This concealer also has skincare benefits like hyaluronic acid and peptides to help like plump the skin. And that's really good for your under eye area. You know, most of us wear makeup for at least 8 hours a day at times. So I feel like this is my favorite step. I just feel like I get to like draw on my face. It's like art all the time. It's my favorite step. This is also a very matte concealer. And for me using so many matte products, I can't wait for you guys to see how my face is gonna look after. My natural glow is still coming through even though I'm wearing all these matte products, is because of that foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend out that concealer. And I went in very lightly at first because I am gonna add an extra shade to highlight right underneath my eyes. To highlight, I'm just gonna use Dark 2 from the same Soft Matte Concealer. And I'm just gonna make sure I focus that right in there. So now that we are nice and blended, I'm gonna go ahead and just lightly set underneath my eyes with the Nars Sunstone Light Reflecting Setting Powder, this shade right here. See how that just brightened up the center of the face a little bit? To set all of my contour that I just put down, I'm gonna use the Midnight Face Palette from Midas Cosmetics. I'm gonna use these two shades down here. You're gonna be chiseled today. I actually ended up just going in right now with a little bit of Sunstone, the Light Reflecting Loose Setting Powder. I feel like that just set my under eyes a little bit better than the pressed powder, this one that I was just using. I liked this one a little bit better. It just set the under eyes a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face down with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. All right, so this is what my face is looking like right now. I still have a little bit of setting spray that needs to dry down and dry off or whatever, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. We are at 12:56 p.m. I'll probably do my eyes, play with my eyes a little bit on camera for you guys. Yeah, I'll be right back. I just did my brows off camera and my eyes, I just did something really light and just fresh, feels really fresh. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my eyes really quickly. I'm gonna use the Climax mascara. I'm gonna use the Climax Extreme from Nars, and it's in the color Uncensored Black. So now we're gonna go in with blush. One of my favorite blushes of all time, it just looks so beautiful on dark skin, is the Nars Exhibit A blush. It's this really like orange, I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost like, would you say terracotta? I don't know. It's just such a pretty blush on dark skin, and I love it so much. Apply that to the high points of my cheeks. And I live for a little bit of blush on the nose. We've got a cute look that do. So cute. I love a half up, half down look. That's just my vibe. It always just looks so good on my face structure. I changed these two, and I've got these cute little hoops. I am planning on changing out the rest of these to something else, but I just don't know what yet. I did struggle with my lashes for like 900 years, like I said. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish off my eyes and move along because they just took way too long. One more coat of mascara to my bottom lashes. I love 2 coats on my bottom lashes. I'm gonna line my lips really quick. Velvet Lip Glide from Nars in the shade Xenon. It's gonna like really offset the eyes really nicely. Ooh, sexy. So I've been wearing this foundation already for 2 hours. It did take me 2 hours to finish the rest of this face, the rest of this filming. 30 minutes of that was wasted fighting these lashes to go on, but it's okay. It is now 2:40 p.m. I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for as long as I can today. I didn't put on any highlight. This is matte. And look how like skin-like I still look, even with the full coverage matte foundation. Remember when in the beginning I was like, although this foundation shade is not my perfect match to my face, it matches my chest a little bit better, but if I can finesse it and look like this, I will be doing that. Look how good this foundation looks. I have zero highlight, guys, on my face. This is a game changer for matte foundations, and I'm super obsessed with it. Can you guys tell I'm feeling myself today? We're gonna see how this baby wears for the next couple of hours. I don't know what I'm doing today. I probably do need to do a little bit of cleaning. My soul doesn't want to, but I probably should. So that's probably what I'm gonna spend the day doing. I really can't go anywhere. I miss going out to eat. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do, is go out to dinner. And since obviously quarantine, we haven't been doing that. I have to get in close. You guys gotta see this skin up close. Look at this skin. From a matte foundation. Talk about it. All right, so I am here at the dog park. I just decided to come outside and get a little bit of sun. Get a little bit of sun for this foundation because I want to give it a decent wear test. And I got my mask on. This is what it's looking like underneath my foundation. Ooh. So yeah, I'm gonna put this bad boy right back on. Ooh. Hi, Bush. Mama's pretty good. Hi, Papas. Hi. 10:16 p.m. Girls tired, child, tired. But this is what the foundation is looking like. I have had it on now since, I can't count my head. My dyslexia won't let me do that, so I have to finger count, and I'm not ashamed. Finished at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 hours. And that is the longest I'm willing to wear this foundation because I'm tired at this point. This is as crazy as any foundation ever gets. Like, by the 8-hour mark, you can kind of tell. Actually, if the foundation's really not gonna work for you, you're gonna be able to tell really quickly. I feel like the biggest benefit of this foundation is I don't feel like I need to touch anything. Sometimes, like throughout the day, and especially what I did today when I took the dogs to the dog park and it was hot and we were sweating and I had my mask on, breathing into my mask, all that hot air, usually like this entire area right here just melts away because it's so hot and I start to sweat and then I get like really shiny right around here. I genuinely feel like I don't need to. I can if I want to just get a little bit of that, like barely any, but I feel like my skin looks like my skin. And this is what I was talking about, how this foundation gets better, starts to look even better as you wear it throughout the day. Like, it literally looks like I have nothing on. It looks like it's just like my skin. My laugh lines are nowhere near as bad as I've seen them before, so they look pretty decent. It comes in 34 shades and it is $40. It's a little bit cheaper than their normal foundation. The Naturally Radiant Longwear I think is like $48. Soft matte concealer is $30. Still looking really nice underneath the eyes. I have creasing underneath my eyes. It's just gonna happen. Nothing is gonna stop these two lines specifically for me. Nothing's ever gonna stop that. What I look for is if it starts to like fade away or if it starts to like look worse than it looks right now. I really love the way that this foundation wears. That's why I said I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of the shade because of the wearability and the finish of this foundation. That is pretty much it for this long ass wear test. It's been a minute since I've done a long wear test like this, but I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you again to Nars for sponsoring today's video. Nars always comes through with the complexion products, and even though I knew it was gonna be a banger, I still had to test it out just because for you guys, I still had to test it out, but I already knew it was gonna be a banger because Nars just kills it with complexion. My ponytail keeps shifting and like I can't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lots of love, and I will see you guys. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time. So I just did the flash test. There is no flashback, thank goodness.